to learn about ref and the DOM. So what is the ref? What is the ref? So ref means reference, and this is a attribute of um, reactjs. So reactjs element. So ref is a return the references of the element that is called the ref. So ref is using for benefit is as like managing the focus, text selections, and media playback. Also triggering you can use in triggering we can say animation, and ref is also used for third-party DOM libraries. So this kind of these three things doing ref. So next one is adding a ref to the DOM element. So the ref attribute takes a callback function, and the callback will be executed immediately after the component is mounted or unmounted. So we are going to explain this with example. So this is a custom text input component, and this is a autofocus text input component. So here is the imported the react libraries. So react, yeah, you can use directly component here. So this is a class component name. So this is declare the written as a class component. So extend the this class also react dot component class. So here is calling the constructor. So constructor is first of all the um, your component, first call this constructor. So props and supers props, this focus text input and this focus text input, this is binding for the focus text input function. So super props inside the constructor, right? So if you need to use this dot props inside the constructor, you can pass the super as a parameter argument props. If you don't want to use this dot props inside the constructor, you cannot pass the props inside the super argument, super function argument, right? So here is a focus text input, and here is a rendering. So here I have mentioned declare the as like one input text. So type is text ref. So here is a ref. So input this is the arrow this is binding, and this is we can say fight arrow also. So this dot text input is equal to input, and here is the button for calling the function on click focus text input. So here is the call you can use as like this name is using. If you want to call this ref here, so you can directly call this name, this dot text input dot focus. So here is a focus. So input here is a on click call the focus function of JavaScript. So focus on in this input text, right? So next one is custom text input imported in this file, auto focus text input. So custom text input, so auto focus text input is classes, and here is a component in mod, and this is called the after the rendering. So here is a custom text input. This so this is called the component, custom text input component. This is called here. So here is the this dot text input text. So first when this and this is load the UI section. So call this after loading this component, call the component it mount. So after that, from here, without clicking the button, if you are not using button, no issue. Without clicking the button, auto focus on input text. So because here is called the function focus text input, and here is a focus text input function. So call the function from auto focus text input component. So here from call the function inside the custom text input component. So we can see on UI also, you can see. So focus is automatically. So if you commented this code, not focused, this is not focused. You can see here after clicking, now is focused. But default is not focused because component mount is called, but this function here is commented. So again control Z, and here is commented. So and here is open the, you can see not focusing on input text. So after that clicking, so here is written the code for on click this dot focus text input. So this if you are calling the any function, you can use this dot function name. So directly call the function focus text input, this is called. But this function is calling after clicking the focus the text input button. So this is focused. But if you are not clicking, you need to call from here, because you can also use this as like without ref using, you cannot call the function inside the this component. So this is the ref and DOM. So next between I will be explain the how to pass the data parent component to child component to parent component.